Hi, St. Michael families. It's Deacon Andrew, and we are setting our sights now on the third lesson for the month of October that we call Blessed to be Catholic. So, a couple of notes as we get into the end of October. November 1st is coming right away, and November 1st we also know as All Saints' Day. It's a date that we recall the lives of the saints and the communion of saints, all those that have gone before us that have lived exemplary lives that continue to teach us the ways for us to best live. In the activities for this month, you'll see some study of the saints. And for our littlest saints, our youngers, we also see an exercise about perhaps them dressing up as a saint for the day as an activity to kind of get to know that saint. I'd encourage all of you to recall with your children the name that you gave at their baptism. So at the very beginning of the baptism rite, a priest or a deacon comes to you and says, "What name have you given your child?" And that's a saint name. So recall that name and help your kids to become familiar with the name of that saint. So as we move into the material for this month, think about building blocks, okay? When we think about the church, Pope St. John Paul II gave us the term the domestic church in relation to the family. So domestic, means home, means where we live. So we are a domestic church at home. As you'll see behind me, in my home, we have crosses on the wall. We have many things that remind us of our faith. But family is where we dwell together, where related persons live, and we live out our faith life together. We live together, we pray together, we eat together, and we work together. This is the domestic church, and Jesus is a definite part of our lives at home. So don't think about Jesus as being over in church and at home he's not there. God is present with us always. So we live together in community, just like a religious order, like the Dominicans or the Jesuits. We live together in religious community at home. So again, that is the domestic church. Now, a collection of families is what we call parish. So we come together, all the families come together for Mass. We celebrate together. At church, we are led by our pastor. Our pastor is Father Jet Garcia. And in this place that we call church, we come together to worship together. We come together to learn together, and we come together to serve together. So it's important. That is a larger community made up of families. So families make up parish. Now, when you look at a group of parishes, we call that a diocese. And a diocese is led by a bishop, sometimes more than one bishop. Bishop Edward Burns is the bishop of the Diocese of Dallas, and he is assisted by Bishop Greg Kelly as our auxiliary bishop. And the mission of a diocese is where parishes come together with a common mission to worship and to build the kingdom of God in a particular place. So the Diocese of Dallas is made up of 9 counties here in the northern part of Texas. So dozens and dozens and dozens of parishes make up the Diocese of Dallas. And the Diocese of Dallas does many things for us as a diocese that we really couldn't do on our own. So they're very specialized things where they are providing services and help and support to the parishes, who in turn provide help and assistance to us as families. So let's build this together. Again, we have families, groups of families make up a parish. Group of parishes are called a diocese. And we've got one more, a group of dioceses. All of the dioceses in the entire world makes up the Universal Church. And the Universal Church has a leader, and his name is Francis. We refer to him as the Holy Father. We refer to him as Pope Francis. And the mission of the Universal Church and the Pope is to guide and protect the church. So they give us a lot of teachings and guidance to make sure that we're remaining faithful to the teachings and the mission of Jesus Christ, so that all of us remain faithfully on the path to meet Jesus again one day in our heavenly reward in heaven. So let's go through this one more time. We have families where we live and dwell and pray together. We come together once a week at Mass, sometimes more in daily Mass at our parish. And that's where we have Mass, that's where we have events, that's where we come together as a community. But a collection of parishes is what we call diocese. That's all of the dioceses in the diocese for us of Dallas. And then one more step, all of the dioceses of the world, thousands of them, make up the Universal Church, who is led by the Pope, Pope Francis. So a couple of other things about our wonderful church. There are 4 words. We hear them in the creed every week. And the church is one, holy, Catholic, apostolic. So we are one. We're unified around one belief. There is one church. There's not a broken church. So we're one church. We're holy. We've been sanctified. Our church was established by Jesus Christ and passed on to the apostles to continue to move forward with. So we are indeed holy. We are Catholic. The word Catholic means universal. So there's one church in the whole world, and it is the Catholic Church. And lastly, we're apostolic. Jesus gave his teachings and a mission to the 12 apostles who have carried that forward. And they have brought to us treasures. They've brought to us sacred scripture, both the New and the Old Testament, that the church has continued to study and pass on to all of us. As mentioned before, they hold sacred tradition. So all of the things that God has revealed to us that are not necessarily written down as scripture, the church holds and protects and transfers that knowledge and makes that available to us. And our church is sacramental. The sacraments were established by Christ and given to the apostles to continue forward with. So that is why we are said to be apostolic. Lastly, one particular sacrament, baptism, is the gateway to life in the church. It cleanses us from original sin. And it is the initializing sacrament that brings us into the body of Christ and makes us a son and daughter of God. So I hope this helps as you get into this 3rd lesson. I hope all is going well in the Family Faith Formation program for your home and family. Again, if you have any questions, please contact us at the parish and we'd be happy to help. God bless.